Afternoon everyone, Ian here from DIY Home and Gardening. Yep, I'm sat in the kitchen in front of the washing machine as it currently has a fault to it. The error is the error code E23. So I thought I'd run through as to what the problem is and how to fix it for you. So let's turn the camera around, shall we? Okay, so for context for you guys, this is a Neff washing machine. Doesn't really matter on the model because they all pretty much operate on the same system. It was in the middle of a washing cycle and then populated up with the error code on the screen there as E23, and basically wouldn't allow for final stage of the spin and emptying out cycle. Equally, because there was water still inside the drum, it wouldn't allow for the door to open either. So yeah, after use of a crowbar to try and lever up the front and to be able to pull it out of the units, because obviously I did it as an integrated machine. Now managed to get the washing machine out. Obviously had the pain in the arse element of taking the doors off and things like that. So I looked up what the code was just to be sure, because it's been a while since tackling one of these. We had the same issue incidentally on our dishwasher, so I had a vague idea of what the issue was. Basically, the E23 code relates to a blockage within the filter system. Means that it can't pump out water sufficiently, and what happens is it then disperses the water. Instead of being able to pump it out of the waste pipe, it then partially pumps into the bottom of the unit. And so what I'll do, I'll just quickly run through as to how you can alleviate your first bit of the problem before then showing you where the rest is. Obviously, before you tackle this, what you want to make sure of is to turn it off at the mains. You don't need to worry about turning the water off, because although it says on the error code that it's a water leak, and I will post an image of the text that Neff used, it's not a water leak caused by your inlet. And incidentally, that module there, well, that is called the aqua stop. So that goes onto your mains water, and that box there, if you can make it out, now it's in focus again, that box there is basically a solenoid valve. It has cabling in it that detects when there's an issue to do with the water inlet, the flow of the water, and also the outlet element. So what you'll need is a cup or something to catch water in. Now, if you unscrew this, which you will need to before doing the first stage, you'll just end up with a load of water everywhere. So what you need to do, and I have taken this front off already, but I'll show you what you need to do, is you need to take this hose out. It's normally much easier. Let me go and get the stand for the camera, hold on. Okay, that's better. So got it set up, I'll show you again. So before we do anything, this faceplate is screwed on. So you've got to imagine it's screwed on, okay? I'll come to this in a minute. You got this pipe here. So this literally just unclips and you pull it out. Cup or other saucer, and this white bung is the piece that you're going to be pulling out. And hold the pipe, and we'll just take the bung out. So we got that there. Don't know if you can see that. and then you just let go, and that releases all the excess water from your drainage pipe to come out. So I'll wait for a bit. I'll just get that out. Now, you've drained all of that out, and that will contain, that contain a load of shit that's basically built up in there. If you don't do that, this is your first stage, then you're going to end up with an absolute load of water everywhere. So for that, let's bung back in. Now you can take this out. And I'll show you anyway, even though it's going to create water. But basically, you turn this and you unscrew it. Now, and we get out a load of water. Don't worry, I'll mop it up in a minute. But you'll see there's all sorts of crap within there. And that is where your problem is going to be. And my problem was 2 1-penny coins that obviously been in someone's pocket, got in there and blocked up the propeller. So within there, that's where the propeller is, that basically forces the water up this hole, past this, and out the system. There's also another valve in there that if it can't pump out through the main bit or through this, then it chucks the water backwards to alleviate the pressure, and it goes into the main thing. So we'll just do that up. And my wife's going to moan, obviously, because this is all wet again. Right, let's just move this backwards slightly. The dog's in the way now. Come on. Right, so then this front facing, we need to take this off. So although we've cured the problem here, the machine still thinks there's an issue. And the reason it thinks there's an issue is because there's still water within the system, and bear with me on this. So what you've got are these star bit fixings. So you'll need a star bit, what is it, a C20 bit? Yeah, I think it's C20 bit on here. And these fixings are in 4 locations. So you have one here on the side there, one on this side. Then you have one at the top there and one at the top there. So you need to unscrew those, then flat screwdriver here, push this clip up, and that releases this front plate, and a little bit of a tug and that will come away. So take your front plate away now. Let's just move this in. And under here is all the gubbins for the washing machine, all the electrics. And this piece here, this piece here it's got 2 wires to it, and that is connected to the water stop system. And basically there's a sensor in here that acts as a bit of a float, which when you get water in here, this bit lifts up. I don't know if you can really see what I'm doing. So anyway, take my word for it, there's a little sensor solenoid floating there, and when this fills up with water, which there's still a bit of water in there, it triggers the sensor to then say you can't pump any more water out of the waste pipe, and it shuts the whole machine down, rather than having this constant flow of water going through the machine and basically flooding your kitchen. They've done away with obviously the ability to flood your kitchen, which is really great on one hand, having had that happen previously. And so really this is quite a quick fix. Obviously machine's still turned off. Use some cloths, sponges, mop up all the water that's in there, and you can get about a centimetre's worth, well actually not quite that much, probably about 5 mils worth of water across the whole base of that in a washing machine. And you have to mop it all out, get it nice and dry, and then once the water's out, obviously the valve can drop back down and it knows there's no longer an issue in there, and then it's a case of rebuild the machine, turn it back on, and it should all be clear. So let me turn the electrics back on and we'll have a look. Right, okay, so electrics back on. Nice little device to be able to reach the socket with. I'll just show you in here. So you can still see there's a little bit damp down the very back there. You see the sheen off the water. This is the solenoid valve or sensor, so that's what gives it the elevation with those couple of cables connected, showing there's an issue. Still leaving the front off, allow it to dry out a bit. Now, once you turn the electrics back on, you'll hear the machine do its click. Essentially, it shows that it's all okay, and it's worth putting it to that stage, and it's all fine. And you can do your whatever settings you want, you know. So my suggestion, and that opens again. So my suggestion to you guys now is, once you've done it, fixed the machine and taken all the praise from your other half, is to then put a put a hot wash on. So basically put some white wine vinegar or bicarbonate soda in there, put it onto a hot wash, let that run through and let it pump, and obviously that will clean up all the inner drum nicely. But what that will also do is it will flush through the last of the bits of rubbish which we saw in that pipe and in the cup when they emptied it. They'll just flush those little bits of rubbish through the system and allow you to drain it out again and hopefully have no more issues. Likewise, moan at the members of family who do not empty their pockets and causing the machine to block up with coins or hair clips, whatever it happens to be. And that, my friends, is how to save a load of money by not having to call out the engineer to fix your machine for what is a relatively easy job. Takes about half an hour to get done. Okay, so that's it. That's the video done. How to fix your Neff washing machine with E23 or F23 error code. Yeah, it's, as I say, it's about a half-hour job. Took me longer to try and maneuver the washing machine out of the casing of the cabinets than it did to actually fix the issue. But certainly, if you had a call-out charge, then you're looking at a good few £100 to get this problem resolved. If you've got any questions, then obviously send those questions to me. I'll do my best to answer those for you, but hopefully the video will have talked you through how to rectify the issue. If you found the video useful, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the reminder button so don't miss out on other videos that I might do. And well, I always say it on my plant stuff, but have fun, enjoy yourself, and if nothing more, you've learnt another skill. So till next time, bye for now.